Hi, welcome to Miranda's Cauldron. I write urban, young adult, paranormal, and we have people already here. That is fabulous. Most of you have probably popped over from Diane's sprints from the last 2 hours. And if you are popping over, don't forget to take a break, even if it is just 10 minutes. Grab a drink. You need your water, not just coffee. And a snack. I'm nibbling on some fair taffy from Ontario. My hometown has their typical country fair every year. And before the world changed, that there's this family, I think from another small town in Eastern Ontario, that makes homemade taffy. This is all I have left over. This one, it was like probably this long. It is so good. And one of the highlights of our country fair was watching the taffy being made, pulled together, cut up in pieces, and fresh toffee. It was so good. But considering that my mom started mailing it out to us, that by the time we get it, it's that hard, sugary maple already. So it's like the best. Anyhow, if you're new to my channel, I like to start my sprints off with either Moonology cards or Cat Wisdom cards. This was from Tuesdays. Or maybe I did. Nope, sorry. I did not do Cat Wisdom cards on Tuesday. I just did the Moonology card, Manifestation. And this is the one that we got on Tuesday. So I am going to shuffle the deck and see what card we're going to get for today. This is the back of the deck. It's the moon phases. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I'm just going to draw one of the sticking out. And it is called The Full Moon in Aries, the Fiery Climax Approaches. Could that be in your writing, in your life, work, or who knows, something to think about? Let's see who's already here. Oh, let me just read a little bit that's in our little book. Full moon in Aries. Let me just double check to make sure that, yep, that's the right one. Okay, attune to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Interesting. So that is it. Okay, let's see who's here. I forgot. We have Angela Bebops in from Diane Sprints. Angela normally sprints through the Heart Breathings writing community on Wednesday and Fridays at noon Eastern. And she always tends to pop into other people's sprints, which is so much fun. And Tessa's here. Hello, hello. Tessa pops into most of the Heart Breathings writing community's sprints that at least I attend. I don't attend the super early morning ones because I'm over on Mountain Time, which is 2 hours after Eastern. And I said hello to everybody. And what's your plans for these sprints? Heidi, hello. I recognize that name. I do believe Heidi was over at Diane Sprints. And Devin, hey. Hello, how are you doing? So we will start with the first sprint, but first let me share the screen. I use HK Darkwood's planners most of the time, who sprints Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4:30 Eastern. Oh, and this is a cute little goth kitty. So I'm going to bring back the time back to so we can have our first sprint will be for 20 minutes. Yeah, for 20 minutes. Kind of a warm up. Oops, I did not want to do that. Let me just grab that timer again. Okay, this is better. So we'll chat at the end of the 20 minutes. Happy writing. And that was the end of our first sprint. How did everybody do? Chatting to Devin, how it goes. Hopefully everything is well. Tessa still formatting her memoir, but taking a break and looking for the use of the word only, which was 66 out of 50,000 words. Personally, that's not so bad. That's like 50,000 words. That's like maybe a few times in a chapter. Sometimes you need the word only, but it's your choice because it's your writing, right? Right. Offering. Okay. What is wrong? I'm just going to let that timer go through while we're chatting. And Devin, all is well. We suffered no damage and out of power. Our power was up for maybe 20 minutes. Oh, wow. That's good news. Yeah, great news. About the early morning sprints. Yeah, I don't know. Even if I was on the East Coast, I don't think I'd be able to be writing and functioning that early in the morning myself. And Tessa's out for dinner. And let's see. Angela is working on vendor number 4. Oh, earlier when I mentioned that Angela hosts sprints on behalf of the Heart Breathing's running community, Devin also hosts sprints. I believe it's in the mornings. So there's lots of people to sprint with, even if there's no one sprinting with the Heart Breathings. And there's also some tiny URL that you may have access to when they have a lot of sprints hostesses. Heidi, finish my plot points and now I have to outline. Plotting is so fun. I love plotting. I tend to outline my first 10 chapters when I'm writing a brand new project. And then sometimes, usually by about chapter 5, I change things. Like my newest novel that I'm still rough drafting, that I did the same idea. I wrote my plot lines, very brief bullets, what I want to do for the first 10 chapters. And while the pesky little girls, they found something they weren't supposed to find until later. So I was kind of disappointed, mainly because I had to rearrange all the rest of my points, make things earlier than I wanted to, but that's okay because that's how discovery writers do tend to do that. Just let the characters take over. Not this week for Devin because of the hurricane. Normally Wednesday and Fridays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's 8 a.m. my time. So I could make it. I can make those. Robin, I'm outlining 2 and trying to figure out my character motivations. It's taking much longer than I expected. Yeah, those pesky little characters. I totally agree. I, for one, am going through my writer's notebook. I have currently 2 series, books 1 and 2 for those series. They're in the final set of revisions, and I'm using co-writing A to point out some of my downfalls. And I have one project called Maple River, and I started that in November of 2022. And well, let's just say I've gotten probably about 80,000 words that I'm happy with, maybe 60 or thereabouts. But I'm still drafting. I'm not finished with it yet. And if it's anything like the other 2 books I wrote, I tend to write the first 2 books as one large book, and then I go back and decide where I'm going to cut it off. My first one that I wrote was when I was somewhat happy with it. It was about 170,000 words. And it's not high fantasy, it's just young adult urban fantasy. So I decided to break that in half. So that's what I've been doing. So each of my series has their own notebook of different, like my notes and any thoughts and research and that, as well as I started a couple years ago recording which project I was working on and when I did this chapter and how many words. So I'm just kind of merging my three books into one. Fun, fun, fun. But it's something that I want to get done, so I'm working through it. David, admit work is done. Time to fill up the writing journal about why I haven't done anything this week. Hurricanes and sickness, that's not to say I didn't brainstorm. I've thought about your novels, your story, like we all do. Okay, so that was almost 5 minutes. So we will do a card next sprint. Let's bring this back to 30 minutes and see you in 30 minutes. And that was the end of our second sprint together. We had a few people pop in. Actually, it was not just Inca popped in, and there was some hellos. And Angela shared, I thought I was fixing my BNN EPUB, but I had missed making the pic smaller, so I just made it wrong twice. Oh no! Oh no. That is, I can't even imagine what it'll be like once I starting actually formatting my book when it's ready to be launched in both paperback and EPUB. I'm looking forward to it. So, and that's the next. I wanted to do it before the new year, but all of a sudden I'm like, no, I need to work through my books. But at least I had beta readers read my book, so I know it's ready to be published. I just haven't done all the research and all that fun stuff. But since I took Publish and Thrive this year, I have to keep going through the modules, and then I will find the ones that will help me do the whole formatting and getting it ready for KDP and all that. Those initials, that hurts my head. They're Devin, all my journals are up to date. Looking forward to writing tomorrow. That is awesome. I'm hoping to be doing some revising tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Why can't all the vendors accept the same EPUB? Good question. Why do you have to make it different? I'm sure they do. They do when it's just words, but I had to be special. Oh, because you're not. But I'm sure e-books are with children's books too, and they have, and all picture books have pictures in them. So, interesting. Can't help you there, Ange. We're working on custom tier messages. Oh, that's on your new vendor. You're no longer with Ream. I understand a lot of people are leaving that one. That was on one of my goals from last quarter, to actually not just sign up, not as a participant, as a writer, but as a reader for Ream. And I think I might have, all I did for that was basically followed people, or whatever the term is. Devin, because that would make sense, and they won't stand up out against the others. And Inca hasn't left yet, but on their way out. Ooh, I'm working on something to get out. Well, that seems to be the norm. So that was 3 minutes, and let me just do real quick the cat wisdom cards. Since I haven't done it, we didn't do it at all last time, and I haven't done it yet. This is the box, cute little kitty, and the handy dandy notebook. I guess it's not really a notebook, it's more like a guidebook. So I'm going to shuffle, 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 and bring one out. Which way? Here we go. Dreams. Interesting. We all are following our dreams. So I'm going to bring back this timer up to, okay, here we go. Inka's making her fourth wall account so pretty. Meanwhile, I put up the products and hit the launch. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to check out that website. Normally this would be our last sprint, because I normally would be having 4 siblings getting off the bus in about half an hour, 40 minutes. But I do not have them today because their dad has the long weekend off. So I'm going to do one more, maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see when it comes closer to 4 whether or not I do another one or not, if you guys are up to it. Okay. Let's see. That's the name of my new book, D is for Dreams. Oh, that is cute, so cute. In one of my series, which is a Soulless, the 4 main characters, they have a dream that is, let's just say it's a magical dream, and some of their dreams may come true, and they all have to get these messages. I also hit the launch, but don't tell anyone. We need a name. Yes, yes, yes. Devin, I was considering just opening a store for the stickers I'm having designed. Wait until you see what I just got. Ooh, did you get a cricket? Robin, I liked the cat cards. I haven't seen that during Sprint before. I know a while ago over at the Revised Writer, she had Moonology cards, and I really liked them. But that was before I was hosting myself. And then I got the Cat Wisdom cards a couple years ago for Christmas. So I decided once I had enough courage to host my own sprint, which will be coming up to a year at the end of the month. And if you're interested, I am having a special celebration next Thursday around this time with some guests and more tarot cards and other kind of my cat wisdom cards, my spirit cards. Be a lot of fun. Inka's going to post to the group later. That must be the Hardy sharing group. Angela, eventually I will attach it to my domain name, but I haven't been brave. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week, maybe next month, sometime this quarter. I do have a cricket, but I can't design. Okay. Our local library had one of the cricket machines, has a special kit that they bring in once a month. And well, let's just say I was looking forward to using the cricket and making up stencils. Well, it was so confusing. I couldn't figure it out. Then again, I'm not too digital inclined when it comes to digital stuff or planning and stuff. Give me a notebook. I looked at Notions. I closed Notions. So I couldn't even imagine doing the designing and using a Cricut. And Ange gives the advice Canva is great. Yes, Canva was one of those other devices, programs, websites that a lot of authors use. And I heard it was really great. My daughter in law designed my book cover, and all she did was she did it on her phone, and we were just chatting about the book, and next thing you know, it's all done, and it's beautiful. So it took me a while to get into Canva, but now I'm more familiar with it, and now I can see why people can spend so much time in Canva. That is so true. So we chatted for what, almost 10 minutes. So I am going to bring back that timer and see you in 30 minutes. And that was the end of our sprint. There was some chatter going on in the chat box. Let me just go bring it up. Okay, Devin says this was a character drawing, and I want to share it, but I need this to be surprised for beta readers. Ooh, surprises are fun. I'm just going to leave that timer going through. Tessa is back, and then she had to leave again for bingo. Thank you for leaving it open. And Heidi had to go. Thanks for hosting, and I like the cards. Thank you. Hopefully you come back again, even though she left 20 minutes ago. Devin is on her way to pick up the son for work. Thanks for the sprints. You're very welcome, and thanks for popping in. Well, unless there's some people that are quiet and not sharing your progress, I believe the only one... Oh, no, I guess Inca should be still here. And Devin. Oh, right. Okay, there's a few people. Okay, I will draw my animal spirit cards. Isn't this box, little tin, so cute? Oh, Angela has a comment. Still fighting with Barnes & Noble, but I'm going to win. I'm thinking Barnes & Noble is just an American bookstore. I remember we went to, I think it was Dakota. Somewhere on the mid, like around Dakota, Montana, something. Oh, no, it's out of Montana. I think it was Dakota that husband and I went a few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, to pick up our Brittany Spaniel from the airport in the States. And I saw a Barnes & Noble bookstore, and I was so thrilled. We had to go in. This was before we picked up the puppy. This was the night before. So we stopped in, and I was looking around the bookstore, and I ended up getting a journal that my husband picked up for me. It was leather cover, and it had the wrap around it. It was so pretty. I didn't have the heart to tell him that what am I going to do with it, because the pages were not lined. It was all blank. All blank pages with this creamy colored. So I'm not really sure. And even now, I haven't used it. It's so pretty, but I just don't know what to do with it. Inca says, you show them, Ange. That is true. You show them how to do it. You're going to win. You're going to get the books all e-published and everything. Robin says, I'm still here, but not much progress to share at the moment. I know that feeling. I have been struggling with this whole, let's redo my progress of my novels in a separate notebook. Well, back in 2022, I didn't really do too much of recording what I did and how many words I wrote and the new revisions from this chapter to that chapter, but I'm doing it more so the last couple of years. So 23 was fun. I even wrote down our April 2023 writing retreat. And by the looks of it, I was up and ready at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, wow, okay, maybe I was just up at 7:30, but not ready till 8, but I was up having breakfast, getting mobile. But I don't know how much I really did for those days. I was revising, so I only revised 4 chapters. But by the looks of this, there was a couple of chapters that it probably took me all day to revise. Because how I revise is I like my color pens. So I revise in pen on the paper, and then I type it up all the corrections in my document, which is just like a free doc program. But I did finish all my revisions. I got 50,000 plus revisions in April, so that was happy. And I kept pretty good track of 2 of my 3 series, but the third series, I don't have any record of what I did, but I know I worked on it because that was the time when I split every week as I did one project. And I was impressed. But yeah, just slowly going through because it's fun to see. You think you didn't do very much, and then when you actually keep track of, wow, I revised 50,000 words in a month, or wow, I wrote 20,000 words in a month. That's like amazing, just amazing. Okay, let's go back to the comments. Doing my best, says Ange. Inca did more work on the website. Great job, Miranda. Thank you. We're all rocking this, as Jenna would say. And to Robin, that's me most of the time. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to actually figure out what you did. Like I know there's some sprints that I attend, and those sprints I can actually go somewhere else on the internet, but when I'm hosting, it won't let me do more than one thing. Like I can do this, but I can't go into any websites because it slows down to like practically like baby steps, and then everything freezes. So I just do other things offline, which is good because this is something I've wanted to do that I just keep putting off. And since Rachel's not able to sprint for hasn't been able to sprint for a while, I just kind of filled in for her. And I'm getting a lot stuff done offline. Lots done. And hoot for Inca for working on her website. Okay, so since there's more than me here, I will do one more 30-minute sprint, and then that will bring us down to about 6:30, 20 after 6 Eastern. And that will probably be my last one. So I'm going to bring up a rather spooky. Let's see. Let's do. Okay, no, we'll do. Let's see if I have a 31. Oh, here we go. We'll do a 30-minute timer. This timer is created by Laura Nettles. It's for 30 minutes. So we'll do that 30-minute sprint. It's got a cauldron, so it's kind of neat for Miranda's cauldron. And I'll see you in 30 minutes. Okay, let me just stop presenting that. Stop and shut that off. Because I'm sure we'll just leave it. It's kind of a Halloween kind of music. It's a timer from HK Darkwood. Just for Halloween. So I'll just leave that playing in the background. Okay, let's see. That was, no one commented between that. He says, I forgot to draw my animal spirit cards the last chat break. I'll do one now. So how did everybody do during that sprint? Personally, I am up to now, I just finished camp from July back in, guess it was last summer. Yeah, 2023. So I'm getting there. I'm finding a lot more notes that I didn't think I had. So that's always a success. And brings me back to thinking about what it was like doing revisions in a truck going from Saskatchewan into Ottawa, Canada that summer. Driving, it was fun. I got a lot done. I just brought my chapters that I printed out and just used my colored pens and read, revised. And I was even able to, even though there were some parts of Ontario, because it was too much rock, and that's what I was told. There's too much rocks up there, like big, like mountain rocks, that I didn't get to participate as much in the writing sprints because I didn't have any service for like hours at a time. But that was fun. Angela got the ebook published, uploaded. That's awesome. Now working on the paperback. That is awesome. Is this book D or is this book C? Okay, I shuffled it. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. I feel like saying pick a card, any card. The animal card, I got two because I drew one and one jumped out. Frog. Really? We got a frog one other day. So we got the frog. And a card that I have not gotten yet myself is the camel. We'll just see what's comment. Robin, I got sidetracked. Helped my husband write a writing ceremony. He will officiate. Oh, how fun is that? I'm assuming someone that you know. Best wishes and all that. D, and this morning I approved the final stitches for E. Oh my goodness, that is so amazing. I so have to get a couple of those books for my grandbaby for Christmas. So maybe that's what I'll be doing next month. Yeah, I might have to get some books next month from Amazon. Well, you can't get a children's book on an EPUB, especially when the said child is under the age of 6 months. Oh, that was one of my kitties. This is Shrimp. He was very, very tiny, and that's what my husband called him. I started making a list of everything that still needs doing. It's long. I can imagine. All the things. You can do it, Inka. Yes, you can do it. Yes. He's been outside for most of my sprint. And then I guess he decided, hey, Mama should be in somewhere once he came back in the house. He was in a litter of 4. This one, a black and white one that looks just like one of our male cats, and 2 black ones. But sadly, being outside, well, not really outside cat, being farm cats, a lot of them don't survive. And one of them didn't. Yes, we're done. Thank you for hosting. Yeah, I was just the 2 cards. And then he just loves to, he's the only one that jumps up on the back. So have a great evening, everyone, and I'll see you on my next sprint, which will be Monday, but I'll see you over the weekend with the other sprints. And I will not be hosting on Saturday because it's just Thanksgiving up here, and we've got plans Saturday and Sunday. So thank you all for coming. This is Miranda, and I write young adult urban fantasy, and I will see you next time. Thanks for popping in.